send a ship to monitor a North Korean ship that may be carrying a nuclear weapon or nuclear weapons or nuclear material. And because Obama is a pacifist socialist on the order of Neville Chamberlain, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff said that the most the U.S. Navy is prepared to do is hail and query. Now, hail and query means, I guess they pull up to the North Korean ship and say, "Ahoy! What might you be carrying, North Korean madmen?" Then, of course, the North Koreans can laugh at them and go on their merry way, because the U.S. wouldn't, of course, intercept the ship. That would be a violation of the tenets of liberalism, which, as you well know, is a suicidal insanity. We are reliving the 1930s. The problem is the times are more dangerous because of nuclear weapons. The madman in North Korea has threatened to fire a rocket to Hawaii for our July 4th weekend. And our military is fortifying Hawaii with some kind of ground-to-air missile system, a floating missile system. What's interesting to me is that liberals opposed this floating missile defense system when it was being funded and built. They said, we don't need a missile defense system. The liberals said, we don't need Star Wars. The liberals said, we don't need missile defenses. Why, that's just an escalation of tensions between the United States and our adversaries. But wiser men prevailed, and the missile defenses were engineered and built. And now they're being moved into place to defend the Hawaiian Islands against a potential rocket attack by the madman in North Korea. I would suggest that all the good liberals of Hawaii, of whom I would say the 80% of the islands are composed of Democrat socialists who love the welfare state so they can drive around going to the big boys and the tubbies in their large cars and hating the howley, I suggest that they tell the military to take their ground-air missile defenses and shove them, because they're good Obamaites in Hawaii. And the good Obamaites don't need ground-to-air missile defenses. All they've got to do is go out and wave their flags, wave their white flags of surrender to North Korea, and then, of course, there'll be no problems with North Korea. But certainly you don't want to move in a ground-to-air missile defense system to Hawaii, because, after all, liberals oppose the research, liberals oppose the funding, liberals oppose the deployment of such systems, and now they're surprisingly silent in the land that gave us Obama. How is it that the liberals who oppose Star Wars, the liberals who opposed funding and building missile defense systems, are so silent now that they are needed? The answer is that liberalism is not only a mental disorder, but liberalism in its extremities is a dangerous mental disorder. Now you can play rock and roll. Play the one I asked you for. I got it out of my system. Go ahead, play it already. And send me that list of nations, will you? Nations that we're not allowed to travel to. It is the Savage Nation Rock and Roll Friday. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a public relations man whose parents were PR men in Hollywood. I've never seen anything like this. It would be laughable if it wasn't frightening, but it's frightening and therefore not laughable that we have a Navy that won't destroy a North Korean ship with weapons on it. They're just going to pull up and go hail and query. You hear this? And liberals who opposed a missile defense system are now cowering in Hawaii, saying, please give us a missile defense system. You evil conservatives who we hate, give us your missile defense system. It's unreal. It's unreal, but it's getting more and more real by the day. Another article up on michaelsavage.com, Obama tied to Bill Ayers at age 11. That's right. We heard about his ties to the radical Bill Ayers in his adulthood, but you don't know about his Sunday school attendance in Hawaii. Read the article. 1-800-449-8255, michaelsavage.com. Obama promised immigration reform to Hispanics today. Immigration reform bill. The guy has bankrupted America, taking a $1 trillion deficit, running it up to $3 trillion. And now he wants health care reform for another $1 trillion. And what the heck? Let's throw in immigration amnesty for 30 million illegals. What's the difference? What it costs? Because it feels good to grant amnesty to all those nice Hispanics who will vote for me through eternity. Why, they'll make me like Idi Amin, the president for life. Just think about the power Obama could have. Why, with 30 million illegal aliens and all their relatives over the next 5 years, Obama could wipe out term limits. He could be president for life. He doesn't care about you, the American citizen. He cares only about aggrandizing more of a voting bloc. So what the heck? Who do you think that the health care reform is aimed at? Who is it aimed at? You, the hardworking man? Is it aimed at me? No. I pay for my own health care. I pay for my own PPO. It's aimed at those who can't afford it. Now, I would say that maybe they're entitled to a small amount of health care, but not unlimited gold-plated Rolls-Royce health care. Moreover, do you want to support health care for illegal aliens? Because that's what the so-called health care reform bill does.